what I'm saying?
Dude, that is terrifying, man. What the f even is that? That is so scary.
On February 25th, 2024, Mo Sargi went into the wetlands of the Dominican Republic with a local guide named Stephen. Known for investigating remote locations and unusual encounters, Mo quickly ended up surrounded by jungle-deserted boats and disturbing sounds far from civilization. During the trip, Stephen mentions local stories about a massive creature that people in the region fear. They move past abandoned buildings and an old boat tucked near the shore, making the atmosphere feel more unsettling.
My friend and I are about to take this very, very ratchety boat to places unknown to explore and to try and figure out what is haunting this forest. All right. The word is somewhere in the jungle inside of this forest that you can only get to by boat. Apparently there's a whole story and sightings of some type of creature that lives in the forest. Some say it's like the Dominican version of Bigfoot. Some say it's a ghost, and some say it's just an animal. We don't know, but apparently people have been attacked by it. Do you believe in Bigfoot?
I didn't see it, but I saw big steps in the jungle.
You've seen big footprints?
Yes.
Oh, how the heck are we gonna get through this? We just found this like abandoned boat next to this like shack, but you have a story about this?
So there are farmers here, and they believe in black magic. They have crows that protect their farms.
Really?
Like you can steal them. If you steal them, you will have a...
You'll be cursed.
Yeah.
No way, so they've cursed the land here.
When they arrive at a secluded lake, the area becomes harder to move through. Heavy vegetation covers the shoreline, and at one moment, Mo spots what looks like a figure standing away near the water.
Now, it's not unheard of to see cows in this area that are split open in half. Nobody knows why, but they found a couple of them. Some say it's aliens, some say it's Bigfoot. Oh, yeah, look at that. It looks like there's a person over there. What the hell? Oh my god. Dude, that is terrifying, man. What the f even is that? That is so scary.
Once they reach land, they continue along a trail that leads into the forest. The farther they go, the more signs of animal activity appear, including bones and feathers spread across the ground.
All right, I think we're getting close to where we're trying to go, which is like a trail that gets us into the boat. Something's hitting our boat from the bottom, and it's not land. Something just rocked our boat.
Yeah.
What was that? You felt that?
Of course, man.
Dude, get us to land right now. Get us to land. Let's go. All right. Almost fell into the water. Literally in the middle of nowhere. This is going to be our campsite right here by the boat, because I think that's probably going to be the smartest idea, is to camp out right in this area. Yo, check it out, fam. Look at this. Feathers everywhere. I mean, it's almost like something just killed. Oh, bones. This whole path is littered with feathers and bones. What the f did that?
Soon after, a growling noise comes from nearby bushes. Stephen becomes frightened and urges them not to keep going farther.
All right, so now we're walking the trails that the people that have experienced Bigfoot used to walk back in the past. This is the mountain that we're walking in right now. It just keeps going up and up and up. So as you guys can see, we are literally still in the middle of nowhere. It just keeps going and going. We're going up so many mountains. We just gotta keep looking, I guess. Wait, what? I heard something like breaking over there. Could be anything. Could be cows. Oh, what the f is that? What the f is that? What is that? Oh, what the fuck was that? No, seriously, what the f was that? What does that mean? You wanna leave?
Yes. Sure.
Homeboy wants to leave. Like, you need to know, I'm a professional idiot. Like, I do this shit all the time. No, what was that though? Seriously. I want to know what the f that was. It sounded like it... Dude, it sounded like it came from here though. There's no lions in this country, is there?
No.
Alright, so it couldn't have been a lion. That was a really mean growl. Alright, we did all that and came all this way for homie to turn around and walk back the other way.
That night, eerie noises carry across the lake. At around 2:30 in the morning, they hear dogs barking and distant screams coming from somewhere in the darkness. Later, Another powerful growl suddenly wakes them near the campsite, making the tension between the two men worse.
We're hearing some weird-ass dogs barking. And because there is a body of water here, the village across the lake on the other side, you can hear kids and people screaming. Why are there kids awake at 2:30 in the morning?
I don't know, man.
Like, it makes no sense to me.
Whoa! Whoa, what the f was that? There was something growling at us over there, dude.
What do you mean vomiting us, dude? Something was growling at us.
Panicked, Stephen suddenly runs off into the darkness, leaving Mo by himself at the campsite in the middle of the night. For several moments, the only sounds remaining are the forest noises around him. When Stephen eventually comes back, he is visibly rattled and says he saw the creature with his own eyes.
Where did homeboy go? No! Where are you going? What do you mean you're scared? Bro, come back here. What do you mean you're sorry? What the f, bro? You can't just leave me here. He must be playing a joke. He must be f***ing joking with me. Are you serious? There's no way. There's no way you get that scared. Literally, I was just about falling into a deep sleep. And then all of a sudden, this loud growl came from this area. But look at this, guys. There's caves here. I just found some caves. I can't believe this guy just left me. I'm hearing something behind me and I'm hearing screaming up there. Yo! Where did you go, man? What's wrong? Oh, he's coming back. He's coming back. Yo, I'm hearing some like movement over there. Dude, come get me. Why the f would you leave me like that? What happened? You saw it? Yeah. You saw what? Are you good? Well, you said you saw something?
Saw it.
What did you see?
Something big. It's like Bigfoot.
Okay. You actually saw... Oh, there's something coming. Dude.
Some viewers thought the sounds could have come from a large predator concealed somewhere in the forest, while others paid closer attention to Stephen's fear and reaction throughout the night. But if even the local guide would not stay there, what was actually moving through the darkness around them? A man walking alone through an unidentified forest in the United States heard something large moving through the branches overhead. He stopped, lifted his phone, and started filming. Holding onto the higher canopy was a dark, ape-like form, completely motionless, as if it had already been there before he passed beneath it. Then, little by little, it started to move.
Whoa, see what I'm seeing?
He stopped recording and quickly stepped back. When the clip was examined, frame by frame, viewers noticed a slight visual change at the exact moment the figure began moving. That detail created a question that was never answered, whether the shape had been added digitally or whether the camera only lost focus while tracking a distant object through thick branches. Do you think what he captured was real or something else entirely? In 2009, a hiker moving through a Utah forest captured a photograph that has never been properly explained. The picture is rough and blurry. Phone cameras in 2009 performed badly in low light, and AI image creation was not available. But even with the poor quality, the figure in the frame is hard to ignore: wide shoulders, a rounded head, and heavy legs standing near the edge of a clearing. What makes this photo important is not only what it appears to show, it is also what could not be done when it was taken. In 2009, there was no easy technology that could realistically create what appears in that image. No app, no filter, no generative tool. Just a hiker, a weak camera, and something standing by the tree line where it did not seem to belong. Bad cameras do not lie the same way polished footage can be altered. In 2009, faking something that convincing was not really simple, which is why this image keeps returning. What do you think was standing near that tree line? On May 18, 2025, Edward Henry and his 12-year-old son were fishing at Plum Creek. The air felt calm. The water drifted slowly, the kind of afternoon that seems quiet and closed off from everything else. Then, the brush across the bank started breaking. Edward first thought a deer was forcing its way through the undergrowth, but the noise kept going. It became heavier, nearer, and more intentional. Something was coming toward the creek with serious force. Then it came out from the tree line, a huge upright figure walking on two legs with arms hanging below its waist. and shoulders broader than any human Edward had ever seen. It moved along the bank with a slow swaying stride, not rushing, not startled, as if the two people standing 30 yards away with a phone aimed at it mattered no more than stones in the creek. Edward filmed as much as he could. The creature never looked toward them. It never sped up. It moved completely on its own terms until the trees swallowed it and it disappeared. Edward looked at his son. His son looked back. They packed up without speaking. The Bigfoot Field Researchers Organization examined the footage and described it as credible, saying the walk and limb proportions did not match any known animal in the area. Some people have since called it one of the clearest sightings in years. Its size is one thing. Its complete indifference is harder to explain. Do you think it even noticed them at all? While recording his dogs in the eastern Sierra, a man unknowingly filmed a dark shape standing among the trees. The video, later shared with the Rocky Mountain Sasquatch organization, appears to show the figure moving fluidly near 10,000 feet, with a stride that looks too smooth and natural to match someone wearing clothes. Its rounded head, black fur, and upright stance resemble many older reports from that area. Even one dog reacts briefly before going back to play, making the clip more puzzling. Did the witness record a real Sierra Nevada Bigfoot or something else in the high country? In Alberta's forests, where indigenous communities have long described strange beings, Mark found an unusual branch shelter near Crescent Falls. After placing a trail camera there, he came back to discover the site disturbed and the branch structure ripped apart. When he reviewed the recording, he noticed large upright shapes moving through the trees, their tall forms passing within the thick woods. The figures looked similar to the Kiwakatan believed to roam the area, leaving one question behind. Did he capture real proof or only a forest mystery? No one can fully explain. While traveling down a quiet woodland road in British Columbia, a woman spotted an unusual figure standing still beside the road.
Can you see it? Bigfoot. It's a Bigfoot. Holy shit.
As she slowed her vehicle, she stared at the tall, dark shape whose huge frame and shadowed outline appeared much too large to be a person, blending disturbingly with the nearby trees.
Not the best. That is the best thing ever. That's the best thing ever.
The sight left her stunned and unable to react as the figure stayed completely motionless, with a size and body shape unlike anything she had seen before. The moment filled her with fear and amazement, making her question whether she had seen a normal person in strange lighting or the legendary Bigfoot itself. While hiking by himself in daylight, a traveler recorded something disturbing. Tall, dark figure moving quietly among the trees. Its size and movement looked far from human. And as the camera steadied, the figure appeared again, seemingly carrying a deer carcass over the forest floor. Tension grew as the hiker paused between filming and escaping. Leaving one question behind: was this a misidentified animal or a rare glimpse of the creature behind the Bigfoot legend? A man entered the woods with a thermal camera, hoping to reveal whatever could be hiding between the trees. Through the heat-sensitive lens, a thin, quiet figure came into view, moving through the branches with an eerie confidence, nothing like a normal animal. Curious, he turned the camera off, dropping the forest back into darkness, only to notice two shining eyes looking at him from far away. The moment left him questioning what kind of creature remained outside, still silently watching him. An unusual trail camera video from 2020 has renewed debate among viewers and researchers. The uploader shared the clip after spotting something strange near the camera. Viewed frame by frame, a huge hand briefly enters the shot, appearing partly human, but strangely ape-like, much bigger and more weathered than expected. Some believe it may belong to Bigfoot, while others now think it could be another unidentified creature or a convincing fake. The uploader also says the bone structure does not resemble a human hand. What do you think this strange footage actually shows? Far above the trees, something crossed a distant ridge. Something much too big to be an ordinary hiker.
I don't see it.
Moving now.
Trees? It's to the right of them. They're just walking that way. What trees? Trees? Okay. See that King's Castle? Yeah.
In June 2001, while guiding a youth hiking group, Jim Mills spotted the strange figure and zoomed in with his camera, revealing a tall, upright form walking steadily across the rocky hillside. Its height, width, and controlled stride looked unlike any person or bear before the creature eventually vanished calmly into the forest below.
2 trees to the left of King's Castle. See King's Castle?
Yeah. He's shaking his fist at us.
He's right in between the 2 trees.
The video, now called the Marble Mountain footage, is often viewed as one of the longest and clearest daytime Bigfoot recordings ever filmed, showing a wide, confident figure moving across the slope without hesitation. If Bigfoot really exists in the wilderness, this may be one of the strongest glimpses ever recorded, leaving many to question whether the figure on camera was something normal or something far more extraordinary. A newer Woodland video gained attention for showing what seems to be a confrontation between a solo hiker and something unknown. The uploader says the hiker saw movement behind a bush and started recording, expecting a large animal. Instead, a tall, dark, 2-legged shape emerged and suddenly rushed toward him, making him run as the camera cut off. Since the footage stopped suddenly, what happened next remains unknown. Some viewers believe it was a territorial response, a pattern often connected to Bigfoot reports, while others think it may have been a warning. Was this a real encounter with a protective creature or something else entirely?